I made this sweater from Adventure Time with the power of liking someone a lot that Princess Bubblegum gave to Finn in this following scene here.
Oh, there's something else that I want you to have. The Lich's lair is supposed to be cold. I just don't want you to get sick. Take this sweater. I made it myself. I'm not great at knitting, but please wear it. I care about you, Finn.
I love it. Me too.
I started by inserting the frame behind the sweater that I got off of Grailed. The color was the closest I could find to the TV show, but it definitely turned out very well. So I put the top frame over it, just sandwich it, and spread out the material as you embroider. The next step was to stretch the material enough to where you can have a flat surface that won't wrinkle, but not too tight, or else it'll definitely mess up your piece. Because when you release the tension, it'll curl back up and mess up your embroidery. So did that. I put some glue on the back of spray adhesive. That's to stick on this sheet of cotton that you need for the threads to catch on the back side of the embroidery. An expensive sheet of cotton. It's pretty dense to catch the threads because you see all the holes in the knit sweater. So the stitch goes in, there's nothing for it to really grab because that surface is so uneven. So you need that, or it's just cooked. It's gonna inevitably mess up. I used a pre-made pattern. Fortunately, they had the one I needed. Programming is a whole nother step. This one was a very simple pattern, just a heart with like the stitching in between. So it's like an exaggerated stitch. So you know how like a stitch on a piece of clothing looks? This one's like a big stitch for the effect. So most times it takes a long time to program. If you have multiple colors and you're trying to program that, it is certainly a headache. The softwares are usually pretty old from the ones I've used here at my college. So yeah, there's probably better softwares, but still it's a pain. So we just put in the presetting here. This one was pretty easy to do. It did not mess up on me, fortunately. A lot of times the thread might break. Something will go wrong. It'll stretch the material too much. So we got fortunate enough that did like I think a back stitch, and then it went over again with the gapped stitching. You see how it looks like an exaggerated stitch. It is my first one, so it wasn't so bad. It looks good in person. It's good enough for sure. If I were to do it in the future, I would just take like a big piece of string and then feed that through. Not necessarily embroidery, but it's just what it looks like on the show. It's just like one really big stitch, so try that. But I like the sweater I bought just off of Grailed. I don't know if I'll be able to buy another one, and I'm happy with this, so it's gonna be a minute before I need to buy a new one and redo this, unless I go to sell them. So I was pretty happy with the results. The sweater fit me, of course. I just had to brush off that square. It's where the mounting bracket was put on, so it pinched the surface, but I just gave it a brush off and then I washed it later, get that glue off and stuff like that, so it went away. I don't have a picture of it, but you can see already it's starting to disappear. I was very happy with it, so thank you for watching.